On this episode of We're No Damn Experts, Rebecca and Maddie share with you the big news about their move.
Best damn podcast, the best damn town. You want to get up, get ready to get down. With its big wide sky and the wild river Thames, if you want to go, we can take you there to Great Falls, Montana.
Welcome to the greatest damn town in Montana, Great Falls. I'm Rebecca Ingham.
And I'm Maddie Salahazard.
And we're No Damn Experts.
And we're coming to you from the basement of 100 First Avenue North, lower level suite.
Our converted podcast studio from a closet.
And this is going to be the last episode that we record in this space.
It's bittersweet.
Because the podcast is ending. No, we're joking. We just celebrated a year. And they're like,
we've done 1 year and we're done.
End on top. Like George Costanza tells a joke. It lands perfectly and he just leaves. No, but we're moving. We've moved. By the time this episode airs, it's going to be on the 12th, I believe.
Oh.
So we'll be closed during that time, that transition. Yep. But November 15th, our doors will be open to the public.
At 15 Overlook Drive.
The big flag hill.
All of the hard work will be behind us. Right now, it's all in front of us.
Well, Rebecca says all the hard work will be behind us, but harder work will be in front. So.
Well, that is true. More creative. I don't see it as hard because so much of the work we'll have to do in the space is more of the creative and nesting situation that'll happen up there, which I'm looking forward to.
I am looking forward to getting to our new office building. Like, we're not going to have offices. It's going to be a building that is ours. And yes, the creative part. But then again, I can't outsource that creativity without losing control. So I guess I'm a little bit dreading the creativity I'm going to have to put in. Just because we've been doing a lot already.
Right.
We've already linked the finished visitor guide, though it's not flippable yet. It will be momentarily, so calm down, people.
Yep.
Don't give us that feedback that we already know.
It is right now a scrollable PDF, but we just couldn't wait any longer.
No.
That was such a labor of love. We've gotten amazing comments, so thank you all for those comments. And of course, my personality, we love those comments that tell us we're amazing and great. Where are the downfalls? Find the holes. Tell me what more we need. Like, that doesn't...
Looks great. I knew it was a lot of work. We love it. It's awesome. There was a curse word thrown in one review.
I know. I mean, when you get that passionate about a visitor magazine, you know you've done something well.
Like, who gets that passionate about a visitors magazine?
Well, I do.
People that see ours. That's the correct response.
This is the kind of response you can expect to see from it now. So if you guys are just dying to see what that looks like, visit greatfallsmontana.org. Top right-hand corner, it says download the visitor guide.
Or if you scroll down to the footer, download the visitor guide.
You want to email us? We'll send you the link
to download the visitor guide.
A lot of options. So that project's done. We are then going to be kicking off the website.
Mm-hmm. We're redoing our website, how we are categorizing things, and getting you all the information you need to plan your trip here to Great Falls, Montana, get you excited about returning different seasons. But like the visitor project, it took a long time to complete and a lot of steps back to look at it with fresh eyes.
Yep.
So when we move into our new office building, the foundation or equivalent of a template is done, but then we're going to have to give it fresh eyes to see how we want to display all of our information, how we want to interact with our guests.
So, pulling the curtain back a little bit on our operations, what people experience when they walk into our base camp now is like the 15th reiteration of what this space should do and should look like. So in order to get to that level, you have to spend some time in the space interacting with people to figure out what you want where and what feels comfortable, because We do a lot of work inside of our offices. We are typing up copy and reviewing photos and fielding calls and doing a lot of things that are part of our jobs. But one of the things, the component that's most visible to people is working with walk-in traffic.
Yes.
And what we learned in doing that is really important in how we've laid out the materials that we do have on display now or the resources we have available. So in the new space, we're looking to figure out how that's going to work for us, as well as all the other things we do, because we've found here at 100 First Avenue North the things we don't like about the way this space works, and we can't really do anything about it because it's set in stone. But this new space, we'd have the ability to kind of figure out how we want people to move through and how it feels for us, but we have to be in the space to figure that out.
So imagine you are a home interior design fan, and you're aware that when you're designing a kitchen, you have to be aware of the triangle. Rebecca, do you know what the triangle is?
I have no clue.
It is the space between your refrigerator, your sink, and your stove, because that's how your kitchen functions.
Oh.
So they should all be somewhat close or in a triangle, so to maximize the functionality. Because when the refrigerator is on the other side of the kitchen, or your sink is too far away from your stove, unless you have a pot filler and you're, on that kind of budget, it kind of disrupts the function of the space. So we're now thinking of the equivalent of a visitor center triangle, what the stove, the sink, and the refrigerator would be. But here's the thing. What we now use as those three main things, they might not be the same.
Right.
We haven't figured out what our stove, our sink, or refrigerator is going to be.
Because the new space, much like this space, has two distinct areas.
Yes.
The only difference is there's not a walled door between the two spaces, which is what we have now. So it feels odd that you would walk into the reception area and then walk into the office, if you will.
Well, it's like reception, waiting room, and then past the reception desk is the office area. So you can feel how people are a little bit uneasy or just not sure.
Do I walk in? Do I stay out here?
What do I do?
So we want to eliminate that in the new space as much as possible.
Yeah, because when we're interacting with guests, we have materials inside our office and then in the reception area, and sometimes we're ping-ponging back and forth. So we're going to avoid that. And we're going to try to have some cool interactive displays.
Right.
So we're going to want your feedback and your money.
Well, and before we make those investments, we want to make sure that it works right. Because anybody, I don't care who you are, anytime you make an investment and it's like the wrong investment and then you got to change it out and make a different investment, nobody likes doing that.
We'll still be able to tell you where the falls are.
Yep, that won't change.
Verbally, but we want to know the best physical,
to show.
Visual way to show you how to do it. And we're flirting with the idea of a kiosk.
We are.
So
we've winked. They've winked back.
We held a stare for 3 seconds. No one blinked. So we're trying to get that for us. And we know that the guests that we normally see in our visitor area typically wouldn't use an interactive display or a kiosk by themselves, but it's a tool that we can use without ping-ponging and getting them to walk 4 miles in our office space.
Well, and then back and forth like we do now is, well, let me go here and let me go there. And then the concentration of people here, if we have more than 4 or 5 people, we're like pushing them out, out the door to work in a different space because for some reason our voices are very loud and they carry. So it's hard to hear and think while I'm listening to Maddie talk about something. Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. What? Hold on a moment.
Wait, what is she talking about?
Well, we have these visitors and you don't want to, I don't like soft speakers. I'm not going to be a mumbler.
Nope. Okay?
If I'm going to tell you about the River's Edge Trail,
it's going to be loud and proud.
53 miles. So people, they get to know us real well. So you're going to get to know us real well in the new space too. We'll just have a little bit more room to do it collectively.
Right.
But the space, is it smaller than what we have now?
You know, I'm going to say from a square footage standpoint, it's not. We just got a lot more toilet.
Yeah.
We got a lot more toilet in the new space.
It's
So expect some displays in the toilet.
or on the stall door, not like on a urinal cake.
But that's we know it's a smaller percentage of our daily work depending on what's happening with our operations, but it's the most visible, as we said. And being able to have a place that showcases Great Falls, as excited as we are about it, and having visuals that enhance that for people and for us on a daily basis to look at cool stuff is really important.
We have ground level building with a deck.
Oh, beautiful deck. Great views of the river.
Yeah, views of the river. And we are also still going to offer coffee.
Yep.
But by the time this airs, we'll also be able to greet Canadian visitors.
How exciting is that?
That is so exciting. For our American travelers that are not aware, the border has had some restrictions for leisure travelers for Canada.
So on November 8th, or
4 days ago.
the way this podcast aired,
Yeah.
a couple days ago, the border reopened without the non-essential travel restrictions. There's some other parameters that have been put in place. You have to have your vaccination. You have to show negative test. And in order to return, you have to have the PCR. And we've got all that covered.
On our website. Yep, it's there.
And those of you that are avid listeners, maybe you know, maybe you don't remember, but a lot of our traditional overnight visitation to Great Falls comes from Canada.
And a lot of our engaged followers and likers on our social channels are from Canada. And it's sad when they can't visit here and they're pretty much trolling my page, our page, saying, really wish the border was open. I miss you guys. And it's like, I miss you too. What else? What was I supposed to say? I thought I said this to you last post.
But now we've got the opportunity. You're going to come in. We'll have you sit down. We'll get to visit. You'll have some coffee, maybe get some filtered water. Yes, I said filtered water. We're going all out for you.
For those of you in Wisconsin, we got a fancy bubbler. If you're not from that area, I mean a water fountain.
Yeah. And so we've got all those amenities ready. Just be patient a little bit as we figure out
how we want to use that space,
how it's going to look, how we're going to work through it. The other big thing that we keep getting asked about is grand opening.
Oh, yes. Are you guys going to have a grand opening? And I really want to say, if we had a grand bank account,
we would have a grand opening
immediately.
But as we just mentioned, we want to use the space. We want to get the right things in the right spots so that it is an extremely usable space and be very efficient with our time and resources. So immediately up there, we aren't going to have all those things. We're lucky we're going to have overhead lights.
And internet. So we might be using some hotspots from our phone. Might be having to go to Crooked Tree Coffee and log into that guest Wi-Fi. We'll see, but we're going to make it work.
So once we get everything sorted out, our plan is an elaborate week of festivities, if you will, in May to coincide with National Travel and Tourism Week.
We're talking food trucks,
cornhole games,
quick draws,
live music,
face painting,
everything you can think of.
The log throwing competition.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's have Susan and Chris come on out and do their
log mill demonstration, sawmill demonstration.
No, they want a loggers festival.
They want to actually toss it.
Yeah,
we got it. We got a huge park.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not going to say no.
It's going to be on the end of the park, not officially part of the festival for insurance reasons. We'll have it all, and it's going to be a week long. Just to kick off us in our new space, kick off summer and another summer tourism season.
Yeah.
With Canadian visitors.
Yeah. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be awesome. The other big thing that we're just going to get on record right now, right away.
Okay.
A lot of you will be repeat visitors to our office. You've hung out with us before, you've shared stories with us, and we love it. Some of you may have never been at that space before, so this doesn't apply to you. Like if you've never been to Great Falls and you've never come to our office, you can stop listening for a few minutes, doze off, take a nap, whatever.
Unless you're driving.
Don't do that then. But if you've been here before, one of the things we will hear and we will continue to reinforce is, aren't you guys going back up to 15 Overlook Drive? And actually the answer to that is no. We have had visitor services available at 15 Overlook Drive in the past. That is a true statement.
Mm-hmm.
Our office operations have always been at 100 First Avenue North.
Rebecca, what do you mean by office operations?
All of our paid media placement, all of our owned media content development and delivery, all of our sales components for recruiting members and selling joint venture media opportunities to our members, all of our recruitment of conventions, meetings, and groups has all happened out of our office operations at 100 First Avenue North.
Wait, you don't just welcome in-market guests?
We don't.
Okay. So,
It's a component of what we do, but
Okay.
it's not all we do.
But it can't take that long.
No, it only took me 4 days last week to put together a proposal for a citywide convention that'll host 1,300 people over 11 days in over 600 rooms.
So right now we're on shoulder season.
Yeah.
We're, kind of nearing the holiday area where people mainly travel to visit family and friends for their traditional family events, vacations. So we had a guest last week, shoulder season. Rebecca greets him. He's like, how many people do you normally get a day? She's like, oh, maybe 4. It's shoulder season. It's kind of winding down for people to come into our office. Well, what number am I today? She's like, you're the second. Oh, 2 more, and then you can close the door. You'll be done for the day.
And I wanted to cry.
I know you did. I'm hearing this, and I'm like, oh my goodness, is her face turning red? Or is it turning green? So while we love that you're here in Great Falls.
I was also editing some content that was going to be in a paid placement for a magazine, and then I still had to find photos to go with all that content.
When you told him, I'm actually going to go back to writing up, I thought it was agriculture. Weren't you mentioning something about agriculture?
Well, that was part of the proposal I was working
Well,
on.
the part of the proposal.
Yeah, food and ag was one of the 300-word editorials I was working on.
But I'm pretty sure he thought you were doing a book report, like you were still in college, that you hadn't been a professor in previous years.
How sweet is that?
He's like, oh, she's doing her schoolwork at work. Good job. Way to be productive.
I'm a little intern.
So while we have never, meaning the staff that holds staff responsibility positions. How am I trying to say this?
The staff that hold down the fort?
Yeah, the staff that hold down the fort for the things behind the curtain have never worked up there.
No.
So before, who ran that then?
We had a ton of volunteers, and we actually did have 2 paid staff that were up there to help fill in. What we have here at 100 First Avenue North is a little bit more safe. We have staff in the office. We're in a bigger building with other people around constantly. But at 15 Overlook Drive, we had a lot of volunteers, and I wanted to make sure they were safe. So we always had 2 volunteers per shift. Mm-hmm. And if we didn't have the 2 people per shift, then we had paid staff up there to help.
Okay.
And I would often get to be one of those paid staff that would run up. We would share that duty depending on how the days were going. So I was up there before, just doing the visitor service stuff. Mm-hmm. I'd also bring my laptop and try to get all the other work done. But we didn't expect volunteers to do, the greeting and filing of
everything.
Paid media placements with our ad agency. That didn't happen, but we had fewer and fewer volunteers over the years, which then increased the amount of time staff had to spend up there. So We've got the whole story. We'd share it with you if you're the nerdy type and want to have that data. We're happy to give that data to you, but it was volunteer driven. And it'd been through a number of hands. It was city run, it was chamber run, it was then city run again, and then tourism took it over.
Okay.
And so tourism, oddly enough, our organization hasn't been the organization that has fielded the questions to sell Great Falls through the visitor services component of our operations for years. You'd have thought.
You would have.
But we haven't been.
So now when we quote unquote go back there.
This will be the first time you've been there.
Yeah. Besides every day after work, I go to the office.
Just to see what it looks
and
like.
It's not a lie. Rebecca knows it's not. She's like, oh, where's my text update? She left 10 minutes ago. So,
but the big other question that we've been getting from local people is they think we're adding on to the building. The construction that we have been undergoing for 2 months has been renovating the interior space to kind of freshen it up, but then add in walled offices for our staff.
Yeah.
So the last time that building had really anything done to it was when it was built.
Oh.
In the early 90s.
Okay.
And so the lighting, the colors, the walls,
everything under the roof.
Yeah.
Including the roof.
Right.
Hey, I got a new roof last year.
Yeah, we got a new roof. So all of that hadn't really been updated or freshened. And it was a nice space. It just wasn't usable for all of the things we do. So we had to do some renovation. We wanted to upgrade the lighting. The things that you're not going to notice is what we did. So we improved the lighting so that it was more energy efficient.
Well, we did send that before and after of the one area.
Oh, yeah. The display area.
Yeah. And they said, oh, wow, you guys have put in a lot of work. And that was a 2% of what has been done. So people that have seen it before, they'll notice big differences. Because we initially, when Rebecca's asking questions, we don't need offices. I'm like, no, I don't think we do. And then all of a sudden, the new type of work that we have after returning to work from remotely.
Yeah.
There are so many Zoom meetings. You need some walled offices.
Well, and what really benefited our operations after we were allowed to come back to the office last year was that we had separated space.
Yeah.
We could stay away from each other, which then allowed you to take a break from the mask.
Yeah. Like, my door's closed. My mask is off. Please.
Right.
Yeah.
So as long as you weren't in that close proximity, we allowed our staff to be maskless until they went into the common area. That's a huge asset.
It is.
For keeping our operations moving forward. And had we not gone through COVID-19 or whatever the next pandemic is, we wouldn't have known that.
Yeah.
And so that's why we did go with those walled office spaces for that. We had to add in some HVAC components, upgrade the lighting so that it's a little more energy efficient. And we replaced the carpeting really just to help flow people through the space.
Literally, because there's a river
in the carpet.
So take a look or keep an eye out for that. We are still deciding what to do with the featured wall. We did have an episode saying a call to artists, and I don't know if we've mentioned this on a previous episode. I don't remember.
I don't know.
We've mentioned it on our Facebook. We had some awesome interest, 3 official submissions, but we also got advice from professionals in our community that said, we love your idea, this public art feature, but we have some ideas on how you can do it better. And so after some conversations with them, we're like, you know what, you're right. We did say this is our first rodeo, and we are going to take advice from anybody.
So we're taking advice.
And we're putting pause on the project until we can find something that matches it perfectly. Because guess what? Just because the lights that we initially wanted aren't in stock, or the color of the carpet that we initially wanted in stock, and we went with our second choice, we don't have to go with our second choice
on this. No, we don't.
We can wait and get what we want. It's going to be perfect. Well, I shouldn't say perfect. Beyond perfect. No pressure. But we're getting quotes on the neon sign So just got one back. Got some recommendations to have it an LED instead of neon
Oh,
because of maintenance.
that's a great
Yeah.
input.
Yeah, he said more cost up front, but overall cheaper.
Well, I like cheaper.
I do too.
I'm a frugal Franny.
So when we do open up on Monday, November 15th, we can't wait for you to come in. But I want you to be excited and not say, like, where are all the displays?
Right. You're going to have to be part of this process. If you're one of the early adopters and you show up at 9 a.m. Monday, November 15th, you better be coming with ideas.
I'm going to have a suggestion box.
Yep.
Just write it down, put it in. We'll read it later.
And if writing isn't your thing, record it and email it to us.
There you go. Send information at visitgreatfalls.org.
That way we can get the input because we're no damn experts.
No.
And we've proven this time and time again, and we want feedback as to what you see, what you are noticing, what your fresh set of eyes are seeing that we have been staring at for a long time, honestly, from the design of the office floor plan, from picking out things that then changed because they weren't in stock.
We're seriously like, if it's in stock, it's fine.
Yeah. The contractor today sent me a picture of a light bulb. I don't get passionate about light bulbs, never have, probably never will. Lighting fixtures, different thing. This was just a picture of a light bulb. He's like, what do you think? I'm like, lighting is better than no lighting.
Exactly. Otherwise, we're going to bring a lot of lamps.
And I was planning. I mean, I picked out a few lamps. I'm like, oh, this will be a nice lamp.
Walmart has one for $8.88.
And then hopefully we could just return it.
Exactly. Sorry, it didn't work for the space. Darn it, Walmart. Now you're on to me.
So the space will have lighting. That was the big news today.
One thing it won't, though. It won't have guest Wi-Fi.
No, not yet. We will have more answers on guest Wi-Fi November 11th.
Yes, but we will have a charging station for where your phone is searching for signal or Wi-Fi.
Signal is great up there.
Yeah.
Stay on your cellular service. We live in an island from 1970 up there. There's very limited internet options, which is something we didn't expect. So,
hey, we're rolling with the punches.
and we're learning a lot about technology and what is possible. But to me, the world is changing so fastly when it comes to technology that I'm sure we are going to be ahead of the curve at some point with whatever we go with.
You said we weren't experts. I want to say the visitor guide kind of proved that
We might be on certain things.
Okay, because once that thing is flippable, I'm sharing it every day for the rest of my life.
Which we should. I mean, it took a long time to develop. And if you're sitting at home thinking, how long could it possibly take to put a magazine together? Because, publishers do this quarterly and sometimes monthly. And I'm like, that's great. I don't know how they do it.
Well, they have a team of 2,000 people.
But I also think they've got a structured system in place. They already know what divisions or what sections they want in the publication. Well, we need a new article for the living section today.
And here's the 9 templates to pick from. Great.
We started from the ground basement level on this as to we spent the last 4 years doing market research. What do people ask about? What are the things people really want to know? Mm-hmm. What do they click most on our website? And then we started crafting content to fit that. And then what we thought was going to work great, we did a review. I started to fall asleep. I'm like, I have to read this. And if I don't even want to look through it, this isn't going to work for our visitors. So we revamped, cut the amount of text that was in there because we know, just like us, you don't read.
No, but the pictures are pretty.
Big, beautiful, gorgeous pictures that Maudie took, I would say 95% of them.
I'm going to agree. I would normally try and knock it down. Be like, no, I didn't take that much. No, seriously, people, there's
a lot of pictures. And it was a lot of, hey, can you go get this picture today? Like we had a specific picture we needed and there she goes.
It's the funny thing. It's because it takes so long to get that one picture because it's so specific. And then you're meeting with this business owner who's like, take the picture this way and this way. And I'm trying to explain to him, like, that's an awesome picture for your brand, your website, or social media post.
Not for what we're putting it in.
But your photo is going to be in a circle. So I need to, like, I already know where it's going. In my head, I can see it. So they're just looking at me weird. Once they see the final version, if they haven't already, they're now going to be like,
that makes more sense.
That's what she meant. Okay. That's why she was only here for 5 minutes, or that's why she was only here for an hour.
It is so difficult to get a picture to fit in a space for a specific purpose. There's a completely different thing when you can just go out and get a pretty picture.
Here you guys go. Like the front cover that shows our Instagram photos that were changed out 4 times.
Right. Every piece of that document we've reviewed way too many times. So if you're looking through it, don't feel bad if you're going to call us and say, hey, you misspelled a word, or you used the wrong word, or you didn't finish this thought. Let us know.
And if you, for some reason, feel the need to criticize the title, 10 Drinks to Drink, your email will be deleted, marked as spam, and you'll be blocked from our organization.
So that is a title that is weird. We get that.
10 Drinks to Drink.
We could have said 10 Drinks to Enjoy. Other people say 10 Drinks to Enjoy. Not here.
We were going to be like 10 drinks to have in Great Falls. And then Rebecca's writing stuff down and she's like, 10 drinks to drink. And I'm like, what else are you going to do with it? And she's like, well, we'll see how it goes. And then we reading it over and over again. And I'm like, it's 10 drinks to drink. that it is.
So there's some of those fun plays. You'll see a little bit of that conversational tone throughout the whole thing. We showcase some of our champions with their stories that they've shared on the podcast. So
yeah, we did some triple duty with getting them to be on the podcast. It would show up on the website, and then showcase like grand finale on the visitor guide.
And then we threw their pictures in because after we got the placement done and the article was there, I'm like, we need their picture.
So the only picture, we solicited some advice from a local influencer, Chance.
Yeah.
We don't have his picture in it.
No.
But we have a picture that he took
in it.
So, or more than one.
And then the other influencer we have, Kelly Aline, I stole your picture off of Facebook. I did ask you if it was okay if I did that. You did not respond, so I just assumed it was compliance.
I mean, it's on Facebook.
So, and it's a beautiful picture. I love it.
I like it. Yeah, great. I mean, otherwise we were going to use your blue bikini one again.
Yeah, and that just doesn't set the right tone.
It's already in the publication later on. We don't want to repeat. When people share our Visit Great Falls photos from Instagram, they'll reshare it. They're like, it's on social media. I'm just going to repost and say photo credit at Visit Great Falls. And I have to comment on the page like, thanks for sharing our photo, or thanks for sharing this photo from our grid. We love it too. But original photo credit is.
Right.
Did you read Kelly Aline's caption on her Facebook? Did she give credit photo to anyone? Or photo credit?
No.
Then it's yours. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, Kelly, that's it. It's finalized, published.
It's done.
And we have yet to see the picture that you commissioned of the China wall.
I really want that. I may just stop by our office and take it myself.
Take the photo?
I mean, because I'm going to steal it. I'm going to take a photo of the picture.
Okay. I mean, I thought about theft yesterday when I was at Bells and Lace.
I know.
It's high up there on the thought. Like, how else am I going to get this dress? So my daughter, anyway, you guys will hear about wedding content on a different episode and all the fun that went into this content creation.
I can't wait till we have an episode on how to plan your wedding in Great Falls.
Yeah.
Bringing in our partners and sharing all the fun.
Yeah, we're going to have
a pre-launch podcast episode.
We're going to have Misha from Tobiness Sweets on, and she's going to tell everyone how horrible I am and what happened during her styled shoot. So that's a little teaser for an episode to come. But right now you're listening to this on November 12th, and we've been closed because we've been packing, transitioning, and getting our butts up to 15 Overlook Drive. We are doing everything we can to update our address everywhere it is listed. It's a process, if you guys aren't aware of that.
Take some time.
And we're going through it right now. So I'm sorry if your TomTom or Garmin is not updated to reflect it, but you can always give me a call at 406-761-4436. That number won't change.
Nope. And it will work the entire time the office is closed.
We're just going to be a little delayed in answering
Yep.
because my hands are going to be full with moving boxes
Yep.
and repositioning my desk 9 times.
Let's hope it's only 9 times. The other thing that Maudie's going to occupy her time with is one of the features that she really wanted to have, which was a living plant in the office.
We're going to have sunlight, okay? We're going to have sunlight in our office, and we are an office building, and Rebecca and I are going to debut our ground level outfits.
Yep. We've already got them picked out.
So
lucky you if you show up on the 15th.
I'm like, you look sharp. That's not a basement dweller's outfit.
The other thing is my outfit is designed not for winter, but
I don't care anymore. I don't care.
Don't, because it's just taken a little longer than I had expected. We were supposed to be moving in months ago. So
In May.
yeah,
Oh,
that was
well.
the original plan. And this was a great May outfit. It's going to be a great November 15th outfit too.
So if you have any questions, again, go to wardonamexperts.com, where we are going to give you a little glimpse of before what the space looked like, before and after what it looks like.
Ooh.
So who doesn't like a before, good, and after? And if you don't understand the triangle reference for the fridge, stove, and sink, I'm sorry. I'm just trying to communicate the best way I can. If you do understand it, then you know where I'm coming from. Okay, guys? So thank you again.
So I think this brings us to a close. A full episode to explain we've moved. We're at 15 Overlook Drive. Phone number stays the same, 406-761-4436. Our email stays the same, information at visitgreatfalls.org. And the website stays the same, we'renodamexperts.com. Just a new location.
Perfect.
That's it. So we are happy that you've enjoyed this episode. I'm just assuming you have.
I mean, obviously we're on fire in October. You
Holy
guys
moly.
loved us.
Yeah, the new opportunity to link all of our content together is really coming along nice and producing great results for us. So keep it going, team.
Thank you, guys.
So until we see your bright, smiling face here in Great Falls, we hope you're having an amazing time with your friends and family wherever you are.
Bye-bye.
We're No Damn Experts is the recorded claims from Great Falls, Montana, covering what you need to know about this amazing damn town. Damn, that felt good.
On the next episode of We're No Damn Experts, Rebecca and Maudie share with you about the movers, shakers, but especially the makers in Great Falls, Montana. We're No Damn Experts is produced by Great Falls, Montana Tourism with original music by the best damn musician, Joel Corda.